Does anyone here ever express themselves in a way that they really don't like? Does anyone here ever express themselves in ways that hurt others and affect others in very negative ways? Why do I do that? Why am I doing that? Why am I expressing myself that way? What is it about me that makes me want to do that? And so we start to shine light on the darkness. And when we look close enough, guess what we start to see? We start to see the wound. And when we see the wound, what do we know that is lying beneath the wound? An unbearable emotion that needs to be felt. Because here's the thing, most of you won't even remember the memory. Because if you remember it, you'll start to feel it. And so our little childlike brains are brilliant at compartmentalizing shit and putting shit away so we don't have to remember it. Because if we don't have to remember it, we don't have to feel it. And if we don't have to feel it, then there's no unbearable pain. But it often sits there, gnawing at us and nagging at us, and we just feel like something's not quite right. And so when it starts to pop up and it starts to show, you start to feel it, what do most people go to do when they start to feel that emotional pain? They will drink, they will smoke, they will watch TV, they will do whatever they can to produce the emotional state that they would prefer to have rather than metabolizing the one that's there. Now, when you shine light on a wound, what does it do? It starts to heal. When you leave a wound in darkness, what does it do? It festers. Everybody experiences trauma. For some people, the trauma was, Dad never said I love you. Some people were physically or sexually abused, but everyone experiences trauma. And that trauma, in every single situation, will produce what? A heightened level of what? An emotion that feels what? Unbearable. And so when we experience an emotion that feels unbearable, what will we do? We will resist it and we'll push it down. And when we resist the experience of the emotion, the trauma that created the emotion, which is unbearable, now becomes what? Avoided. We avoid the emotion. And now that we don't metabolize and we avoid the emotion, what does that emotion become? It now becomes a wound. A wound within them that was never resolved, a wound within them that was never healed. And as a result, they're expression of an unresolved wound. Unless you completely metabolize the experience, you're only, in most cases, going to be repeating it. And you'll keep repeating the experience until you learn how to metabolize the emotion. How do we resolve darkness? We need to shine light on it. And it's not until you metabolize the emotion completely that you'll understand where the origins of it come from.